Judas probably is sitting there as Jesus is washing his feet, and Judas is probably quietly scoffing to himself, like, I got you right where I want you. Down on the ground, me in power, you washing my feet. I got you. I'm gonna get you. Thinking Jesus has no idea what's about to hit him. But Jesus bends down, knowing fully every thought that goes on in Judas's head, every plan that's already in place and what's gonna take place. And he decides still to kneel down and wash his feet, fully aware of not just Judas's heart, but what's gonna come out of Peter in just a few moments as he denies even knowing Jesus. He knows these things are about to take place, and he still chooses to wash their feet. The first thing is that he knows what's in them. He knows what's in them, and yet he still washes their feet. The second thing that we see is that Jesus also knows not just what's in them, all the disciples, he knows what's in himself. In verse 3, he says, Jesus, knowing that the Father had given all things into his hand, and that he had come from God and was going back to God. That's the second detail behind all this foot washing. Jesus doesn't just know what's in them, he knows what's in him. And from a place where he says, I am God. I have come from heaven. I am the creator of this world. I am the creator of these feet. I am the creator of the hands that will hold the coins that were purchased to betray me. I'm the creator of all of this. And in one snap of my fingers, I could destroy all of them. And yet he still washes their feet. He doesn't just know what's in them, he knows what's in him, and it is power beyond measure. And yet with that power, he makes himself the lowest, the weakest, the servant of all of them. The reason that's kind of significant is it doesn't show it here in John, but in Luke's gospel about this scene, we find out that as part of this supper, again, while they know Jesus is about to die, people literally surrounding the house and places, if they just knew he was there, it would be over. They're at the ticking time bomb, and they start to argue and debate about which one of them is the greatest. Not really great timing. And Jesus knows that, and he hears it. And amid that conversation is when Jesus does this and displays to them what true greatness looks like. What the highest one in the room tells to them, you want to be great? This is how to be great. Stop fighting with each other and instead serve each other. And he tells them, like what I've just done for you, he says, do that for each other. Wash each other's feet. Again, for them, it wasn't like that's not me. It was actually, I was just cutting this person down. I was just pointing out every flaw with this person. And I was just thinking through every reason that I'm better than you. And he says, serve each other, wash each other's feet. And a few verses later, he will give one of his greatest commandments as he tells his disciples, as I've loved you, I want you to love each other. And he says, the world will know you're my disciples by your love for each other. So in a room where there was division among believers, in a room where there was strife, animosity, there was fighting, he said, I want you to wash feet like I just did.